Shalom, shalom. So I come out here once again, as the Israelites coming week in and week out to preach the gospel of the Most High and His Son. First and foremost, I got to give all praises, honor, and glory to the Most High. Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahweh, Ba'asham, Akkad, Badak. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Blue Stone, and salutations to you sincere Asham. And right now, still we are forgetting it again. Hold on. Okay. Today is the 29th of October, 2021. The year of hastening unto the coming of the day of Yahweh Bashim outside. So once again, the Hebrew Israelites, I know what time it is. It's the weekend. It's time to come out to the highways and byways and to bring out this word. To preach the gospel of Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Akkad, Badak. Yahweh being the true name of the Heavenly Father, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob, the God which the scriptures speak of. Yahweh Shai is only because his son, which the world ignorantly and willfully calls Jesus Christ. Alright, and the attack was that which is the Holy Spirit. So they come out here once again to speak unto our people. Alright, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, people of Nigeria, people of West Africa, whose bloodline go back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the true Israelites according to the Bible. So I come here again to preach this gospel of the truth among our people, okay? Among the Israelites. So first thing I want you to go into this word. Our motivation. And you have to bear with me. So I don't really have the other phone that I use for getting to go into things, I'm not total right now to all that the way I used to normally come. But I wrote a few notes down. I'm just going to go through all the things that I written. I'm not going to go through it and jump into the first thing that the Spirit leads me to. So basically what I wanted to get first was the definition of the word motivation. And unfortunately I can't get the etymology of that word. But basically what motivation means is it is a reason for doing something. Okay. So the reason why, alright, me and all the Akim all over the earth, because right now, okay, our people will be usually have been scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, as was written in so many Bible passages, okay, so many scriptures. A good example of one, and let me go to that right now in the courses, okay? Because let me get and I'm going to get another precept in those courses, okay? So let me get this one first. In the book of Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter. I'm looking for the exact, I'm looking for the passage. Okay. Deuteronomy 28, verse 45, and it reads, Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of Yahweh thy power, to keep his commandments and his statutes, which he commanded thee. And that's right. So all these things happen to our people, all the curses that we are currently facing, alright? Because we refuse to obey the laws, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh outside. Okay, the laws that he gives us, that he put us in the scriptures, the covenant that we made with him during the time of our father Moses, okay, when we were in the Holy Land. All those things we refused because we did not keep them, did not follow them. I went after other idols. And let me get those precepts, alright? Let me just get a precept just to go show that, because then you read the scriptures, okay, you read the Bible, and you see the back and forth at the Most High, okay, the relationship between the Most High, Yahweh Ba'asham Yahweh, okay, and the Israelites. And you see that what was happening all throughout the scriptures is that at first, the Israelites will be righteous. They'll be worshiping the most high. They'll be keeping the commandments. They'll be doing all the things that they need to do in the Holy Land. But then after some time, another generation will spring forth. And that generation will be doing the wickedness. That generation will be going after idols. Doing the different hidden rituals that is against the commandments of the scriptures. Okay? So because of that, and the Most High will bring punishment upon them. And this is a good example of this in the book of Judges. Okay? The Most High will bring punishment upon them. And when another generation comes out of faith and repents, okay, and the Most High now give them mercy again. And that's how it was going all throughout. Because our people, okay, the Israelites of the Bible, they were not 100% loyal to the Most High all throughout their time they were in the Holy Land. Okay? If that were the case, they would still be in rulership to this day. So let me get this picture right here. Jeremiah 2, and I'll start from verse. Jeremiah 2 verse 11, and it reads, "Has a nation changed their gods, which are yet no gods? But my people have changed their glory for that which does not profit." Okay? And you go back into the history. All the other nations had their own different gods that they worship, okay? The Canaanites, the Ishmaelites, the Edomites, okay? Even the Moabites and the Ammonites, they all had their different gods. They were all thinking, well, okay, the Israelites, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and East American Indians, they were worshiping Yahweh, our tribe, the one true power. But our people, but the question is now is asking is, has a nation changed their gods, which are yet no gods? Because you see the way all these heathen are worshipping their different heathenistic gods, okay? Whether it's Hinduism, or whether it's Buddhism, okay, or Judaism, okay, all these other various religions. You see how sincere, okay, how how devout these heathens are in worshipping their false god. But our people, the Israelites, okay, when it comes to worshipping the one true God, okay, as I was saying, when it comes to worshipping the one true God, alright, the God scriptures say that the gods of the idols of the heathen, the gods of the heathen are idols. But the Most High created the heavens and the earth. So now, we the Israelites have the one true power, the power of our tribe. And he said that he only deals with us, okay? He's only dealing with us, okay? He showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his commandments to Israel. He has not dealt so with any other nation, alright? That is Psalm 147, I think it's verse 18 to 19, okay? But now people still went after these idol gods. No matter how the Israelites, and we are not even going to go into that. We just keep on focusing on the main purpose of this system, okay? Because what does it say that our people are not going on towards them idol gods and worshipping them, going to these various heathens and following their doctrine, following their ways of worship. Okay? The idols, the high places. What was going on during the time of Elijah and Elisha? When our people were worshipping Baal, the god of the Canaanites. Alright, and doing that and doing the sacrifices that they perform for Baal, they were cutting their flesh, which of course is against the scriptures. In Leviticus 19th chapter, alright, tells that was, thou shalt not make any cuttings in your flesh, or print anything on your flesh for the dead. Alright? But the people were doing that for this false god, Baal. Ahab during that time had seduced and allowed his queen, Jezebel, to seduce him, okay, into worshipping those gods. And because the king of Israel, or the king of Samaria at that time, was worshipping those gods, the people followed in worshipping those gods. And the curses of Yahweh shall fell upon us. It's not the story, That's how it happened, alright? And now we are still in those curses to this day, because our people are still under that same philosophy, under that same mindset of following these idol gods, okay? Because the gods that they show you in Christianity, the gods that they show you in Islam, these are not the one true God. These are not the God of the Bible. These are not the God of our people, all right? It's not no Jesus Christ, okay? It's not what God. The Most High and His Son, their true names, all right, are Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahweh Shai. And the images that are being displayed in these churches, that is a Borgia, which of course I have in my here on the signs, okay? That is not the God that we are supposed to be worshiping, as the Israelites according to the Bible. Now continuing on. Jeremiah 2 verse 12. Be astonished, O ye heavens, at this, and be horribly afraid. Be ye very desolate, saith Yahweh. For my people have committed two evils. They have forsaken me, the fountain of living waters, and hewed them out cisterns, broken cisterns that can hold no water. So now the Most High is comparing these different idol gods that people worship into broken cisterns, okay? Broken vases that cannot hold any water. If you have a cup in your house and the cup is cracked, broken, or even better, a bucket itself, any bucket that you have that is cracked now, just not even a small crack itself, cannot hold water again. The water will always be leaking. At that small time, all the water will leak out. You know? That bucket is no good again. So all these idol gods that people are worshiping, that is exactly what they are like. But then the Most High is a bucket, you know, a brand new bucket that has no leaks, that doesn't have any cracks, no leaks in it. And it can hold water to the brim. And it even still has a handle. Because you know, there are some of these buckets that don't have a handle anyway, they have to go with two hands and be carrying it up and down. Right, but this one still has its handle. So now it can hold water and the handle is stable. Alright, it has that shock absorption. So when you're moving with the bucket and the bucket is swinging and the bucket doesn't swing and sway, it is stable and it holds all the water. That's the Most High. And as people left that, okay, imagine living the one true God and going after all these idols. And that's exactly what our people did. Alright, so now continuing on. That's basically it, you know, just a little bit of background to show you how our people strayed away from the Yahweh Ba'asham Yahweh Shai. Because you already know all that. You already know that people have been fasted, okay? You know, I believe how the said go, that Israel has fallen away, you know, even by departing, because he departed from our heritage, from the laws, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Ba'asham Yahweh Shai, from what is written up and what is contained in these scriptures, and we became Gentiles, okay? God put in that Gentile state of mind. So now all of our people, alright, are falling away from the Most High, falling away from our heritage as the Israelites. As it was written up in the book of Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter. Okay? And also, of course, Jeremiah 17, verse 4, where it says that we shall discontinue from the heritage which was given to us by Yahweh Ba'asham Yahweh Shai. That's another thing right there. Our people did nothing to deserve this heritage. Okay? This heritage was given to us through the spirit and liberty that is in Yahweh Ba'asham Yahweh Shai, because He has chosen us of all the nations that are on the earth to receive this truth, to be the Israelites, the sons of the Most High, okay? Yashar Allah. And what did we do with that with that privilege? Don't get this picture, don't get it again. Deuteronomy 28, verse 45. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of Yahweh thy power, to keep his commandments and his statutes, which he commanded thee. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder upon thy seed forever. Okay, and that's basically what I wanted to go, Russ. That's basically what I wanted to go into. Alright? That these curses are still upon our people. They are not even upon our people for a sign. That you read the book of Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, and if you can read through all those curses, you will see that each and every one of them apply to the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans according to the so-called, okay, so-called. that each and every one of those curses fall upon our people, which of course will make us the Hebrew Israelites. Now, the reason why, okay, we believe that we are the Israelites of the Bible is not just solely based on these curses, but also based on history, based on what's written up in the scriptures, based on the fulfillment of various prophecies in the Bible. That's why you have to ask yourself, who is fulfilling all these prophecies that is put up in the scriptures? Alright? I'm making sure that we're still playing here. One of those prophecies being men being raised up by the spirit and power of Yahweh Shai in these last days to preach this gospel, okay? To speak this word of the Most High. Because what does it say about the prophet of the Most High? I believe that is in the 10th chapter, you know. I might be wrong, but let me just go and see whether the spirit is on, you know, how heavy the spirit is on me right now. Let me see if I can find it. Nope. Okay. I think it's number 10. But that's not the one I'm looking for. Yeah, it is. Okay, I got it now. So this is the book of Numbers 12, verse 5, and it reads, And Yahweh came down in the pillar of the cloud, and stood in the door of the tabernacle, and called Aaron and Miriam, and they both came forth. And he said, Hear now my words. If there be a prophet among you, I, Yahweh, will make myself known unto him in a vision, and will speak unto him in a dream. And that's why, because if the Most High wants to raise up a prophet, he will raise up an Israelite, okay? A man from the nation of Israel. Because you go into the scripture, you understand that a woman cannot be a prophet, okay? The term prophetess does not mean a female prophet. It means a wife of the prophet, okay? If the Most High reveals, because he can do that. You know, Joel the 2nd chapter, I believe also Joel the 3rd chapter, and the Most High will, basically Joel the 2nd chapter, and the Most High will pour his spirit upon all flesh. Sons and daughters of the Most High, old men will have visions, and young men will dream dreams, okay? So if the Most High decides to reveal himself in a vision to a woman, okay, that does not mean that she starts to go out to the highways and byways and she can teach other men, because that's not in the scriptures. Alright, so let me get this piece as well, you know. Let me just sidetrack a little bit, because I actually know where this piece is, so I'm just going to use it and just bring it out. I believe that is 1 Timothy or 2 Timothy. I can't remember the exact Timothy. I do actually have to deal with Timothy. But right now, I'm not with my second phone. The phone I used to do videos with, I'm not with it right now. Alright, you know, it's all that trouble in the flesh. I don't really mean in terms of being married to a woman. Alright, so let me bring this out. Alright, so let me bring this out. Yeah, it is. So this is the book of 1 Timothy 2, verse 9, and it reads, In like manner also that women adorn themselves in modest apparel with... I bit my tongue, so that's 1 Timothy 2, verse 9. In like manner also that women adorn themselves in modest apparel with shamefacedness and sobriety, not with broided hair, or gold, or pearls, or costly array, but which becometh women professing godliness and good works. Let the woman learn in silence with all subjection. But I suffer not, but I I got a little excited there. This is the main point. 1 Timothy 2 verse 12. But I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to usurp authority over the man, but to be in silence. Okay, once again. 1 Timothy 2 verse 12. But I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to usurp authority over the man, but to be in silence. For Adam was first formed, then Eve. Okay? And basically what this is going into is that the woman should be in silence in the church, okay? Should learn in silence and should not be teaching. Because right now you have this pastor missing. Which of course the pastor missing should only be the wife of a pastor. If a woman comes out to speak in the church, that's an abomination right there. So this, and that was also what was happening in the church of Corinth. And the Apostle Paul was cursing them out, okay? He was rebuking them for it. Because this is the truth of the matter. A woman is not supposed to be teaching, okay? She doesn't have, all these prophetess, deaconess, reverend sister, okay? That's not in the scriptures. Because even the scriptures tell you that what? Only men are to be teaching. Only men are supposed to be out here prophesying, teaching the word. Okay, unto you, O men, have I called, and my voice is to the Son of Man. In other words, ban the Son. Okay? So only the men are supposed to be out here teaching this word. I just wanted to sidetrack to that. So let me go back to the main point, that these curses are upon us, all of our people right now. Alright, so now, the Most High has scattered us throughout the four corners of the earth. Okay? And let's see it right here. Let me just read this. So this is Deuteronomy 28. Deuteronomy 28, verse 36. Yahweh shall bring thee and thy king, which thou shalt set over thee, unto a nation which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, and there shalt thou serve other gods, wood and stone, and thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations, whither Yahweh shall lead thee. So the Most High has scattered us throughout the four corners of the earth, and to this day, we are still scattered into those places. And in our scattering, alright, the reason why we were scattered to the four corners of the earth is because of our wickedness, because we disobeyed the laws, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh outside. But that's not what I actually wanted to go into. But that's just something just to bring out, okay? As scripture says, who knoweth the way of the Spirit? Whether it goeth or it cometh, the Spirit goeth where it listeth. Where it wants to, alright? Whatever the Spirit has me to bring out, that's what I'm going to bring out. And what we are going into was the scattering. What I actually wanted to go into was faith, okay? Because that is our motivation, that is our reason why we're out here in the highways and byways pushing this word out. I know the brothers that are in front of the earth, and the funny thing is that's how I went into the whole scattering thing. But that's the point, okay? Because our people, the Israelites, have been removed from our land, okay? The Holy Land, alright? The Holy Land, which is of course the land of Israel. And we've been scattered through the four corners of the earth. So right now, the Most High is raising up his men all throughout the four corners of the earth, as it is written in Baruch, the 5th chapter, right? That that declare declare him among the Gentiles, you children of Israel, because the Most High has scattered you among them. Because now we are in our scattering. Because it's not our original land, it's not our homeland, right? Our homeland is the land of Israel, right? As the scripture says, Jerusalem, which is above, is free. Jerusalem being the mother of us all, okay? because that is the cradle of civilization. Right? The fatal creation in the Levant, that is the cradle of civilization. Okay, the original land in which our people came from. And anyway, that's beside the point. Let me just go into what I actually wanted to bring that, which is basically going into faith, alright? Because faith is the reason why we're out here, is our motivation. Because if you do not have faith in your Yahweh outside, if you do not have faith in the Most High and His Son, in what we are prophesying in this truth, you cannot be out here, you cannot stand here and preach this word. See? Because it's only through faith that we're able to stand out here, we're able to do this work. So now you already know what I want to get. Hebrews the 11th chapter. Let me just quickly go to that. So here it is right here. Hebrews the 11th chapter. So Hebrews 11 verse 1. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. For by it the elders obtained a good report. That's basically what faith is. The substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. So through faith, we believe in how about our child. Even though we may not have seen the Most High and His Son, okay, physically, Of course, men have seen, brothers have seen how about our child in dreams and all that. But when we talk about seeing Him face to face, we have not had that privilege. Okay, all right. When the breeze just gets through like this, it just blows everything out of it. It just blows my slide out. So okay, the breeze is going to get it just blows the signs completely out of it, just blows the signs away. So I was saying, and the teacher says, blessed. I think you should be in Luke. So this is the book of John 20, verse 27, and it reads, Then said he to Thomas, okay, it's okay. John 20, the book of the Gospel of John 20, verse 29. Yahushua said unto him, Thomas, because thou hast seen me, thou hast believed. Blessed are they that have not seen, and yet have believed. Alright, that's going into what? Faith. Blessed are they that, even though they have not seen, okay, they believe. They haven't seen the kingdom. We haven't seen the coming of our Lord Yahweh Shai, but we still believe in these things. We believe that our Lord Yahweh Shai will come back on the earth, okay, as the scripture says, to judge the quick and the dead, to bring judgment upon this wicked kingdom, and to deliver his elect. Wow. Everything on this camera, but we're still on. We're still out here, man. So now I'm going back to the book of Hebrews. Okay, and the word Hebrew actually goes back to one of the sons of Shem, Ebar, or Ibar. Okay, which of course in the Hebrew is Ibar. So the word Hebrew in the Hebrew actually means Ibar Yas. Okay. As I was saying, Ibar Yas. Okay. Now continue on Hebrews 11th chapter. Hebrews 11 verse 3. Through faith we understand that the worlds were framed by the word of the Most High, so that things which are seen were not made of things which do appear. And that's right, because okay, we believe through faith. Alright, we are in this truth, of course. I can say this 100% accuracy. Even though I may not have asked any Akiam or any Aquas, you know what they do. But we know that people are in this truth. So long as we believe in Yahweh Hashem outside. We believe that the world was created by Yahweh Hashem outside. So no big bang, okay? No idol hidden or hidden idol making the world, whether it's by jacking up into the ether and busting the universe. Oh Lord. Then came if they encourage people that have been thinking like this. Whether it's killing whether it's killing a titan and busting forth the universe. Or no matter how it is only them hidden. We believe that it was Yahweh Hashem Shai that created the earth. We're not going to go into that right now, but that's a subject, okay? And because of that, and let me read that again, Hebrews 11 verse 3. Through faith you understand that the worlds were framed by the word of the Most High, so that the things which are seen were not made of things which do appear. And what that means is basically that, okay, certain people now, this car was created by Yahweh Hashem outside. You can go into the story of how the car was invented by this individual in 17 or 18, whatever century that was. But not actually this car, okay, was created by Yahweh Hashem outside. The phone was created by Yahweh Hashem outside, not Graham Bell, alright? The things which are seen were not created of things which do appear. Everything that we see on the earth, as you know, Esau Edom, the devil himself, attributes to this inventor or that inventor. No, that's not how it works, okay? Because all things come from the Yahweh Hashem outside, right? How is it going in the scriptures? That all things come of the Most High, and of his own do we give him. Okay? This car was actually created by Yahweh Hashem outside. He's gonna have put the spirit on that man to couple these different metal parts together in order to make a moving vehicle, right? The same one that put the spirit on the different individuals after Graham Bell to come together to make a smartphone, make a camera, make a video recorder, make an internet adapter, to make the internet itself. All these things are made by a Yahweh Hashem outside. Alright? And it's not men that deserve the credit for inventing these things, because they are all made by the Most High. Alright? Because Yahweh Hashem outside wants to put that spirit on men to do all these things, so that the things which are seen are not made of things which do appear, but both the things that are seen and the things which do appear were all made by Yahweh Shmi Ashai. Can you dig this? Continuing on. Hebrews 11 verse 4. By faith, Abel offered unto the Most High a more excellent sacrifice than Cain, by which he obtained witness that he was righteous, the Most High testifying of his gifts, and by it he being dead, yet speaketh. And what is going into is the sacrifice of Cain and Abel, which of course are the two sons of Adam. You're going to the book of Genesis, the 4th and the 5th chapter. Right? Cain and Abel. You let me just make sure that I got that right. Okay, Genesis chapter 4. In which the most High, both Cain and Abel give a sacrifice to the Most High, the Yahweh Hashem our child. And Cain gave a sacrifice of his first fruits, right? Of his the fruits of his vineyard, the fruits of his farmland. And Abel gave the firstlings of his flock. That is the lamb sacrifice, which of course Yahweh Hashem our child delights in. And even the scriptures will tell you that Abel's sacrifice was more perfect than what Cain had done. Alright? Because the law still existed during that time. And we always go into this. And it was through faith, alright? Through the spirit of faith that Abel understood that this is what the Most High wants. The first thing of my flock. He doesn't want fruits from the earth. He doesn't want the fruits of the trees. Okay, fruits of the earth. But he wants he wants a calf, alright, a lamb, a year old without any blemish. That kind of sacrifice. And that was why his sacrifice was accepted. And Cain's own sacrifice rejected, alright? Because through faith, those that are righteous, those that are of the elect, will be able to give that perfect sacrifice to the Most High, which is of course what he is looking for. Okay? So continuing on down, let me read a few more. Hebrews 11 verse 5. By faith Enoch was translated that he should not see death, and was not found, because the Most High hath translated him. For before his translation, he had this testimony that he pleased God. So let me get this. Okay, let me go to that, because that is actually a very beautiful passage right there. Going into, I really like Genesis the 5th chapter. Genesis the 5th chapter. Going into Enoch, okay? So this is right here. Genesis chapter 5, verse 21, and it reads, and Enoch lived 65 years and begat Methuselah. And Enoch walked with the Most High after he begat Methuselah 300 years, and begat sons and daughters. And all the days of Enoch were 365 years. And Enoch walked with the Most High, and he was not, for the Most High took him. So that's like Enoch has a testimony for him forever in the scriptures that he walked with the Most High. In other words, he was perfect with the Most High. Okay, because what does it just say? That the wages of sin is death, but the rewards of righteousness is life everlasting. Alright? So that tells you right there that Enoch was perfect, okay? He walked perfectly with Yahweh Hashem our shine. And since the Most High saw no wickedness in him, he took him, okay? Beamed him up as he was. The same way that we, alright, that have the hopeful elect, not really if I put that number, alright? I was going to say that we are the elect, you know. That was just my zeal. Alright, but anyway, we are the hopeful elect that are hoping in salvation. And we are hoping that we will also be beamed up in that same way, that we will be taken as we are. So that this corruptible shall put on incorruptible, okay? And this mortal shall put on that immortality. And because of Enoch's faith in Yahweh Shimi Shai, because he walked perfectly in the Most High, and it was during the days of Noah, when people were all kinds of wicked, okay? Because what the scriptures say, that as things are today, that is the same way that they were, that is the same way they were in the days of Noah. Alright, wickedness, polluting the whole earth. The hurtful works of the wicked being fulfilled. The wicked having rulership over the whole earth. Alright? And during that time, Enoch was faithful to the Most High. So the Most High beamed him up. The Most High took him, body, soul, and all, and took him to the heavens. Because right now, in the times that we're in, the only way you can go into the heavens is by, by dying. Okay, say plainly, giving up the ghost. When your body is destroyed and can no longer hold your spirit, and then you get taken up into the clouds. Okay, that is the only way you can go into the heavens right now. But Enoch was translated with his body and everything because he was faithful to Yahweh outside. Alright, so continue on. Hebrews 11 verse 6. But without faith, it is impossible to please him. For he that cometh to the Most High must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. Alright, so those that are coming to the Most High must believe first and foremost that he is. In other words, he is the Most High. Because that word in the Hebrew, Yahweh, means what? He is. He exists. Okay? You must believe that Yahweh is the Most High. But that's not enough. Just having faith that the Most High exists is not enough. Then you must believe that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. Okay, what does scripture say? Give diligence to make thy calling and an election sure. Man, it's hot out here, bro. Anyway, just making sure the video is still playing. And I was saying, give diligence to make your calling and election sure. And that's what we've been commanded to do by a half our side. And we also know that the Most High, we believe as well, either in this truth, the Archim, the Aqua, the other brothers, the elders, the apostles, we all believe that the Most High is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. Okay? How does it go again? I read that from Isaiah 30 verse 16, I believe. Alright, let me go to that. Let me see that. The Spirit is still on me. I can just say the Christian to be there. I am like 70% certain. I didn't get the exact system. I didn't get the correct system. Okay, but basically it says what? Seek ye out of the book of the law and read. For none of these shall fail, and none shall want and need. Okay? What my spirit has spoken, what my word has spoken, and my spirit has gathered them. So that basically tell you that this book right here, the words of the Most High, at the end of the all, okay? Because at the end of the day, as the scriptures say, the word of the Most High shall stand forever. I'm trying to remember how that question. why, this is why I like to have that phone. And I don't remember these pieces like this. I can just type a keyword in the phone. Basically, so that, and I will do all my pleasure. Basically, the Most High do shall stand forever. And the Most High will do all of his pleasures. So now back to the book of Hebrews 11 chapter. So yeah, you feel like you believe in the Most High, but you don't believe in his words. Okay? You don't believe in the things that are written in the scripture, the promises that are spoken of in the scripture, the prophecies, the laws, okay, the doctrines of the scriptures, you don't believe in the grave doctrine. You don't believe in incarnation. You don't believe in the names of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Then you don't truly believe in Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Because it's not just about believing in the Most High, but you also have to believe in his word, okay? And part of his word is what? The names, the doctrines, reincarnation, okay? Going back in your blood in the flesh. Hebrews. Okay, the book of Hebrews 11, verse 7, and it reads, by faith Noah, being warned of the Most High of things not seen as yet, moved with fear. Hebrews 11, verse 7. By faith Noah, being warned of the Most High of things not seen as yet, moved with fear, prepared an ark to the saving of his house, by the which he condemned the world, and became heir of righteousness which is by faith. Or because of faith, or because of that faith, when the Most High spoke unto Noah and told him that he was preparing to flood the earth, even though it had never rained before, when the Most High said that he would destroy the world by way of rain, water falling from the sky, and right now if somebody tells you it's going to rain, they're like, oh okay, you believe in the rain because you have seen it before, because it has beat you before. But during the time of Noah and the ark, everybody knows that story. But did you know that during that time it had never rained before? And let me go to that just to prove my point, okay? During the time of Noah, it had never rained before on the earth. But this is how the Most High, let me get this that's what I was saying. This is how the Most High would bring water on the earth. It wasn't through rain. Come on. One thing or the other, one thing or the other. That's how it is. Don't do just go like this. End of story. But anyway, let me go back to what I was speaking about. not actually see rain. But because he believed, he had faith in the words of Yahweh Shai, he moved to make the ark and to build the ark. And even during that time was prophesying by warning the Adamites, brothers and sisters, okay, because he had known he had brothers and sisters on the earth. And he was warning them that the Most High is bringing in a flood. And if they don't repent and get into the ark with him, they are going to be destroyed. But they did not believe, you know. They even mocked and scoffed, okay, that what is this going about? They've never rained before. And then they saw the strangeness of his salvation. So far beyond all that they looked for, you know. The ark went up and they drowned. Alright, all flesh was destroyed in the flood. Because the ark without shame, the talking is like, oh, you know, there were some people that survived the flood, you know. Oh, you know, this one and that one, you know, this happened. But that's not what scripture says, though. The scripture says that there was no man or beast or anything that survived the flood, okay? How can you during that flood? Save for Noah and his wives, for Noah and his wife and his sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. They were the only people that were spared by our outside. And of course, you know, spared by the faith which Noah had in the Most High. Alright, Hebrews 11 verse 8. By faith, Abraham, when he was called to go out into a place which he should after receive for an inheritance, obeyed and he went out, not knowing whither he went. Ah man, I realize I can't, you know, I think I have your place in the video small. I don't even think that will work anyway. But anyhow, as the spirit moves, okay? So as I was saying, Hebrews 11 verse 8. By faith, Abraham, when he was called to go out into a place which he should after receive for an inheritance, obeyed, and he went out, not knowing whither he went. So Abraham, our forefather, okay, when he still bear the name Abraham, when he was still living in the land of of the Chaldees, you know, still living in Babylon, was told to leave his land and to go into the land of the Canaanites, because the Most High said that he would give him all of the land of the Canaanites to him and his children for an inheritance, and change his name from Abraham, which means exalted father, to Abraham, which of course means father of a multitude. So now his name changed from Abraham to Abraham, alright? Because what is the teacher saying? The Most High said that he will become a father of many nations, alright? And those many nations being, of course, the Israelites. Because the seed of the Abraham is always going into one seed, and let me go to that. That's Romans the 9th chapter, right? It is the seed of Abraham, not as unto many, which of course being Abraham, you know, Isaac, Ishmael, the sons of Keturah. But they are not accounted. Let us be rebellious with it. So this is the book of Romans 9, verse 3, and it reads, For I could wish that myself were accursed from Amashiach, for my brethren, my kinsmen according to the flesh, who are Israelites, to whom pertaineth the adoption, and the glory, and the covenants, and the giving of the law, and the service of the Most High, and the promises, whose are the fathers, and of whom as concerning the flesh, Hamashiach came, who is over all, God blessed forever. Amen. Amen. Note as though the word of the Most High has none effect, for they are not all Israel, which are of Israel. Neither because they are the seed of Abraham are they all children, but in Isaac shall thy seed be called. That is, they which are the children of the flesh, these are not the children of the Most High, but the children of the promise are counted for the seed. For this is the word of promise. At this time will I come, and Sarah shall have a son. Okay? I will not go into more of the promises, but you get the point. The point is that what? It's not just going into the physical seed, which of course is important as well, but it's also going into the chosen bloodline, okay, the chosen seed, which is Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So the sons of Abraham, the scriptures is talking about. The sons that make Abraham the father of many nations are us, the Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and these American Indians, okay? People of Nigeria, people of West Africa. We all go back to the line of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, right? The Israelites, according to the Bible, alright? So now let me just look at my notes a little bit, you know? Get a refresher, okay? So through faith, all these men from Enoch, which of course was the first prophet, all the way to Abraham, and even had more. You had Moses, you had Joseph, the son of Israel, right? Or the son of Judah. You had Moses. You had Joseph, okay? You had Isaac, Jacob. You had King David, okay? You had various other men. I can go on and read the book of Hebrews, the 11th chapter, for yourself to see this. And the thing is, the one factor is that all these men were moved by their faith in Yahweh Shai, okay? Because they believed in the Most High. And when they heard the word of the Most High, when they heard what the Most High had commanded them to do, to build an ark, to leave the land of your forefathers and go into another land, to speak unto the children of your people. They all sprung into action, okay? They all moved because you are moved by your faith in Yahweh Shai. Their faith in the Most High made them to go on to do all those great works. And now because of that, they have been immortalized, okay? But not only that their works immortalized, but their names are written in the book of life. And they have been sealed as the elect. So now let me go to this book of Habakkuk. Hey, if I had the iPhone, you have my other phone, I'll be able to go into the book of Habakkuk real quickly. So this is the book of Habakkuk, 2 verse 4, and it reads, Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. So that is it right here, the book of Habakkuk 4 verse 2 verse 4, okay? And where he's going into, I just want to get the second point. The just shall live by his faith, alright? Because you go into the scriptures, when our Lord Yahushua was about to heal, he would always say, he would always be moved by faith. By faith has made you whole. He was moved by the faith of the individual that came to him for healing. There is the centurion. There is the blind man that was screaming, Yahushua, Ban Jawada, have mercy on me. Yahushua, son of David, Ban Jawada, have mercy on me. Alright, whatever was the centurion, the woman with the issue of blood that said, let me just touch his garment and I'll be made whole, right? Or whatever was the men that opened up a portion of the roof to let down their friend that was lame. Now what, he could not walk. Alright? Those are all signs of faith. And because of that faith, they were made whole. they were healed. Alright? And because of the faith that we have in this truth, we've been given this word, and we've been given an increase of the word, okay? And we are building ourselves up in this truth to become the sons of the Most High. And you can look, okay? You can wonder what I'm doing out here. What I'm doing out here is making a show, a testament to my faith, alright? Here, how about you outside? The true God according to the Bible. That's not God or Jesus Christ. This is the true God right here. Okay, the kind I'm speaking about. You know? I'm getting a little pissed out here, man. You see, we don't want to go deep in like the brass will tell you know what I'm talking about. You know, it's like I haven't really been keeping in contact. Talk about my phone on the street. I'm actually right now. I'm having something not loud. That is stopping me from keeping in contact, you know. Even uploading videos have become a challenge, you know. I'm hoping to have a shoot outside through this faith, okay, as you bring me out of it. So continue on. Alright, going into faith. Let me just, the before I say anything else, let me just make sure that video is still playing. Man, the sun is so bright, I can't even see whether it's still playing, you know, because sometimes the video just cut off by themselves. I'll be talking for hours, you know, more than an hour, nothing recorded. And I have to do the camp all over again. So anyway, what I was saying, you know, we just shall live by faith. Because it is through our faith in Yahweh Hashem our child that we are still enjoying, we are still continuing. And because I believe in the Most High, His Son, that I'm still out here, man, that I'm still even trying, if not, we would have given up, they would have given up hope for our faith a long time ago. We would have given up hope in salvation a long time ago. What is the point, you know? We have been that spirit of Ecclesiastes, vanity upon vanity, you know, all is just vanity. What is the point? Everything on the earth is just empty, you know? And that's how Esau feels it this time. We go into the book of, I believe that is Wisdom of Solomon, the second chapter. And it shows you that, how does it go again? That in death, that this is the final solution. That it is final. And there is nobody that has been known to come out of this grave. But we don't know that why. When I hear you read that precedent, like, wait a minute. What are these devils talking about? Because you know, the scripture says that the wicked pondereth in his heart, you know, the wicked thinketh in his heart, but not aright, you know, because these devils, they were all their thoughts are off. Like, back to about 2 verse 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him. Right, going into Esau, his soul that is lifted up, his prideful spirit is not upright in him. So he thinks, but he's not thinking in the right, in the right frame of mind. He's not thinking correctly. That in the death of a man there is no remedy, and who has been known to come out of the grave, you know? But that's wrong, because we understand that our Lord Yahushua, he conquered death, you know. The Most High, Yahushua, has power over death, because he created death. Okay? So what are we talking about, you know? Why are you saying that there is no remedy for death? When the scriptures, this word right here, which is the remedy for death, you know? By showing your faith. And how do you do that? You show your faith through your works. That's another point right here. Okay? Faith isn't just I believe, you know? I believe in Yahweh Hashem outside. That isn't faith, right? Faith is works. Faith is faith is a doing word, it's a verb. Faith has to be shown by action. And that action is the work. And that's why I read Hebrews 11th chapter. Okay? All those examples of faith were followed by actions. Right? Enoch because he was perfect with the Most High, keeping all the laws, statutes, and commandments, even though they had not been written during that time, he was beamed up. Noah built an ark, okay, believing that the Most High would flood the earth, would destroy the earth through a flood, through water. Was his faith not rewarded? That's why the scriptures say, let me get that. What is it that search ye the scriptures, for in them ye think you have eternal life. For they are they which testify of our Lord Jehovah Shai. And also, let me get this as well. I think it's Romans. I think it's Romans 14-ish. 14 and 15, I think. Romans 15 verse 4. Romans 15 verse 4. For whatever things are written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope. Alright, so that's basically the only thing that are written of. You wrote scriptures like Hebrews 11 chapter that is recalling all the works of the ancients, of our forefathers. It's been written there to show you, okay? Now look at this. Hebrews 11 verse 6. And the Most High is, and is a rewarder of them that diligently seek Him. It is being written to remind you to have faith in Yahweh Shini outside, to trust in Yahweh Shini outside, because you will not be disappointed, okay? When you put your faith in the Most High, and when you do His will, and you put your faith in action through works, you will not be disappointed. Okay, so now the book of James, the second chapter, James 2 verse 17, and James 2 verse 17, and it reads, even so faith, if it hath not works, is dead, being alone. Yea, a man may say, thou hast faith, and I have works. Show me thy faith without works, and I will show thee my faith by my works. Okay? So this basically what this is saying is that faith without works is dead. And I'm sure that we've all heard that before. Faith without works is dead. But if one man says to another man, I have faith, and there are no works, a scoffer comes to the comment box and says, oh, brother, good work doing this video, great video, but you are up on this breakdown. That's not what the mark of the beast means. Babylon the Great is not America. Yeah, inside them is a so-called white man. The Native Americans, the Gadites, the Northern Kingdom and the Latinos and the Native Americans. And you realize that he has no work. You click on his channel, no video epistles. You see Gangsta rap, you see ISCPK videos, you see IUIC videos, you see a few rap videos. You see Folly, always worldly Folly. You see WAP in his playlist. You know? And then not only that, that's a man that has faith and no work. And even if faith is questionable. But men that have works, they can show you their faith by their work. Okay? If you go out church in the highways and byways, they are preaching this word. They are doing the videos, they are doing the sit downs. They are teaching the word in relation to that sincerity, and you say, oh well, you know, I don't have faith in the Most High. That's funny, man. That's ridiculous. Because even your works will show you your faith, okay? A man might say, a brother doesn't need to say, I have faith and I believe in how I feel outside. If you see him on the highways and byways, you know, doing the work, doing the videos, okay, doing the sit-downs, and in the Sabbath day, he's keeping the Sabbath. On the high holy days, the Passover, he's keeping the last Passover. On the high holy days, you know, the Day of Atonement, he's fasting. He's praying. He's asking for the downfall and the destruction of this kingdom. You don't need to hear, I have faith. I believe in Abba outside. All you need to know is you can see his faith from his work. When he teaches and you see the Spirit is on him. When he does his videos and he goes into he hits all the points and the MOTB, the MOTB. What he does is great is America. He's the so-called white man. The Hebrew Israelites are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. And all those, of course, those that go back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Then you don't need to ask, do you believe? Because from his works you can already see. How can he not believe? As the scriptures say, the Spirit bears witness with our spirit that we are the children of the Most High. Okay? So once that Spirit is done, the Spirit is showing, there's no point in asking anymore. There's no point in saying, what do you believe in? When he says in the beginning of his videos, all praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Ba'asham, when he gives his double honors, okay, because he just tell you that the elders and the apostles, the elders are worthy of double honors. Okay? When he gives his salutations to the brothers, when he speaks his word of truth, you don't need to ask what you believe in, which camp do you follow, because you already know that's GMS right there. The Spirit of Yahweh is on him right there. That's an Israelite right there. But when you just have faith, you don't have any work. That's when you see, that's what you are seeing. That's when you actually are being reviewed. You have to ask it in one question, you know. Who do you want? Who do you follow? Who do you believe in? You know, what doctrines do you follow? Do you believe in this? Do you believe in that? Do you believe in this? You know? When brothers can just say, oh, you know, this is my channel right here, you say, this is what I teach. That's it, okay? There's no need for any more questions. Once you see guys with the camps, you know, that is out there in Harris and Bible, you can say, okay. Brother is doing something right, you know. Then when you watch the videos and you see what he's teaching and he's talking, that's it. You say, this is a sincere brother, he's teaching the correct things, and there is no longer need for you to grill him anymore. Because his work has shown his faith. His works have shown what he believes in. Alright? I don't know if I explained that, but that's what it is, man. Continue. James 2 verse 19. Thou believest that there is one God. Thou doest well. The devils also believe and tremble. That's right, okay? Because even Satan himself, spiritual demon Satan, he's shaking at, you know, what is it to say? At the mention of the name of the Yahweh shall shine. Every knee shall bow, and every tongue shall confess. Guess what? Those tongues include the devil. Satan, the spiritual demon Satan, he's also bowing and trembling before Yahweh shall shine. Esau will also bow and tremble before Yahweh shall shine. Why do you think he's trying so hard to fight against this word? You think Esau doesn't believe? His works show that he believes. He believes that he is wicked. He believes that he is the devil that the Bible is speaking of. He believes that he's going to be destroyed and put into slavery. And that's why he's doing everything he can to come against this truth, man. Alright? Okay, we're still on. Because his faith, he's showing through his works. Whether it's on the right hand, the next my left hand. Now left hand there, that's why I put on my left hand first. Whether it's on the right hand or on the left hand. I know it's funny, on left hand there, but I'm reading my right hand to bring out this word. That's the spirit right there. That's the spirit, To continue from verse 20. But wilt thou know, O vain man, that faith without works is dead. I never had brothers right here, man. That's what the chorus is right now, Faith without works is dead, okay? You can't, how can you say you have faith? We are not doing the video. How can you say you have faith? We are not out here on the highways and byways, How can you say you have faith? When the Sabbath comes in, the new moon comes in, And now we understand that everybody can celebrate the Sabbath and the new moon. Everybody can keep the Sabbath and the new moon, okay? But you don't even acknowledge it, right? They will say, you don't even acknowledge it, you don't even keep it in your calendar. Right? You're not even waiting for that day, you're not even praying for it, Once, I believe that the new moon is coming up next week, okay? But once Sabbath and the new moon, the day before, alright? That is the evening to evening before the Sabbath evening, okay? The morning to evening before the Sabbath evening. Because day breaks in the evening, alright? The day begins in the evening. So the evening before that day, I'm getting ready for the Sabbath, cleaning up the house, washing all the clothes, alright? Making sure that everything is prepared, even the food that I'm going to eat, preparing it beforehand. Just so that once you can keep the Sabbath to the best of your ability and do no work there is. Now, of course, that's a situation where you just fall short. But that is why we have our Lord and our child. That's why I put himself on the cross for us. For those situations where we fall short. But how can you say you believe? We are not doing anything to show your belief. We are not doing anything to prove to you how much you understand. I gave you a gift, this word, this truth, a talent, and what do? You bury it and hide it in the earth. Instead of putting your light on the stand, that your light may shine forth before all men, and they may praise the work of your Father, because I don't have much viewers, I'll be honest, I'll be very honest. I don't have much viewers. Right now I have 99 subscribers, right? But I still have Akim out here, I want to see you Akim, you are part that you put up, those daily salutations, put up salutations, tell me, all those kind of salutations and all that, keep pushing, how about you, and all that. That's what this video is talking about, When your light so shines forth before men, when your light so shines forth before men, and they praise your Father which is in heaven. That's exactly what it's talking about, Even if you don't have much viewers, you don't have much people watching your videos, you still have brothers that will come up to your video and be like, keep pushing, you're still strong. That's them praising the Most High. What are they saying? The Most High and His Son and the Holy Spirit bless you. They are still praising the name of Yahweh right there. Right? And when your light so shines before men, before the brothers, and you see your work, you see your skill, and you praise the Most High. That's part of the ministry right there. Okay? It's not before you come out here, and because of you, 10,000 people repent, 1,000 people come to the truth. But that's a beautiful thing, of course. I'm not downplaying that, because when you see brothers coming to the thing and be like, it's this elder that brought me into this truth, watching the videos, watching the brothers, watching the elders brought me into this truth. That's a beautiful thing right there. Alright? So because me personally, because the other one that brought me into this truth, then GMS Maccabean spirit, and it was still, that was like 2 years ago. When I was doing running these videos, talking about Esau, going to the history, going to the scriptures. That's how I came into this truth. And Tawada to that, the Tawada to that to the elder. Right now, you have Hashim, your tribe, Hashim, your pastor, that, Barakata, Zakwan, Masama. Right? Because God promised you that deliver you from this, you're from, you're from that demon, that Christian demon, man. When you're back to the point, face that works is dead. Back to the point, Because if you don't have those works, eventually your faith will, your faith will fail. Okay, because this is how we are building up our faith. This is how we are increasing our spirit in our heart, our child by doing this work. Okay, to know the Most High. All right. Now before I go into that, let me just take this. This thing wants to move again. Alright, we're still on. Okay, so now go back to what I was talking about. This is right here. Wisdom of Solomon 15, verse 3. And unfortunately, I don't have the Apocrypha. But I don't teach it on this precept just to bring it up because when I was reading this precept, this precept hit me like this is a powerful precept right here. Wisdom of Solomon 15, verse 3, and it reads, For to know thee is perfect righteousness, yea, to know thy power is the root of immortality. Alright, so it's just knowing Yahweh, knowing there is a God, What I just read in James 2 verse 19. And since I'm already here, let me just read it again. James 2 verse 19. Thou believest that there is one God, thou doest well. The devils also believe and tremble. Alright? So like I said, Satan is so evil. They all believe in Yahweh outside. And they tremble at the name and at the mention of the name of Yahweh outside as well. Right? But that's not the point, The point is to have faith with works. When you say you know the Most High, that means that you are doing the work as well. Right? Because it all goes back to works. Don't just say, oh, I believe in Yahweh outside, and you have no works to prove it. Where is the proof of your belief? Let me get this, That's another piece right here. Because you see people out there, they'll say, oh, I love Yahweh outside, I love the Most High, Mostly Christians I'm talking about. Oh, I love God and I believe this. Well, we already know that these are idols, so let us give them alone. I'm talking about men in this truth. When I call upon the name of Yahweh outside, we are not on the highways and byways. You've been watching the videos, watching the brothers, you've been watching the breakdown, watching the videos. They are still up on the highways and byways. So this is the book of John. This is the book of John 21. John 21 verse 15 and it reads, So when they had dined, Yahushua said to Simon Peter, saith, John 21 verse 15. So when they had dined, Yahushua said to Simon Peter, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me more than these? He said unto him, Yea, Lord, thou knowest that I love thee. He said unto him, Feed my lambs. Alright? John 2 verse 16. He said to him again, the second time, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me? He said unto him, Yea, Lord, thou knowest that I love thee. He said unto him, Feed my sheep. He said unto him the third time, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me? Peter was grieved because he said unto him the third time, Lovest thou me? And he said unto him, Lord, thou knowest all things. Thou knowest that I love thee. Yahushua said unto him, Feed my sheep. So our Lord Yahushua asked Simon Peter 3 times, Do you love me? And when Simon said yes, the answer was what? Feed my sheep. Feed my flock. Okay? The she being the elect of the nation of Israel. So we be sent out here to do is to speak this word of Yahweh to our people, to prove that we do love, and not only love, but know the Most High, know Yahweh in our side. Because it all goes back to works. How do you prove you believe in Yahweh in our side? How do you prove you love Yahweh in our side? By feeding his sheep, by doing his works, by being that example to men out here on the earth, by rehearsing the righteous act. It's not just about going out the highways and byways, you know. It's not about doing good, but it's about how you live your life, alright? How you live your life in line with the laws, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh outside. Basically, everything that's written up in the scriptures, okay? That is Ecclesiastes 12 verse 13, I believe. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter, right? Let's bring it out. Now the Spirit went straight to it. Ecclesiastes 12 verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear the Most High and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. Alright, let me just make sure. Okay, we're still playing. And that's it right there, okay? What we've been put on this earth to do is the work, you know, it's the commandments of Yahweh outside. To fear Yahweh outside. That's how we know him, alright? I'm going to talk about knowing the Most High. Let me just bring out the precept. So this is the book of John 4. John 4 verse 22. Ye worship, ye know not what. We know what we worship, for salvation is of the Jews. Alright, so not like this. So we that are in this truth, the men of Yahweh are shy. We are not like the people of the world, okay? Not knowing what they are worshipping. Not knowing that they are worshipping idols. Worshipping the God that feed them. Right? To say to our people, be to say, the ungodly, the unfaithful, they don't know what they worship. But we understand what we worship. We understand who we are worshiping. The Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Hashem Akakodah, okay? The one true power. Continuing on. John 4 verse 23. But the hour cometh, and now is, when the true worshippers shall worship the Father in spirit and in truth. For the Father seeketh such to worship him. The Most High is a spirit, and they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth. So that's the question right there. Examine yourself. Are you worshiping Yahweh outside in spirit and in truth? And that spirit is what? In the Holy Spirit. That can't for that. And that truth is what? In the truth of the scriptures, right? With all the doctrine and the doctrine is 100% of point. You know? Like the Apostle Gabal says, 99 and a half just isn't enough. It's got to be the Holy Spirit, you know? You know? And this is why these brothers out here, it's not like I grew up in the back. They're not saying, no, that's right, you know? Can't. It's got to be 100, you know? Because that 100% truth that we're talking about, it's a huge deal, man. It's not as bad as important part of this ministry. But you have to be living the whole ministry. How does it go again? Not eat the whole rule, you know? But basically, you know, we'll be and witness concerning the whole 100% truth. And that's how you know the 100% truth. When we are preaching when we bring out this word, we bring out the 100% truth of Yahweh in our side. Because we know the Most High and His Son. Okay? You know the part of our worshiping. And we know the correct God to worship. Okay? Because having this knowledge, okay, the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of Yahweh in our side. Going back to Wisdom of Solomon 15 verse 3. For to know thee is perfect righteousness. Yea, to know thy power is the root of immortality. And that's right, because these scriptures, the knowledge of Yahweh Shai is the root to eternal life. And once again, the Spirit just led me straight to the scripture I wanted to get. Woo! John 3 verse 16. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. And that's right. So whosoever believeth in our Lord Yahweh Shai, not just believe, but have faith. Not only having faith, but also having works. Okay? Because faith and works, they are not mutually exclusive. They are symbiotic. Okay? Another word, symbiotic, basically, one cannot exist without the other. Faith cannot exist without works, alright? So if you say you believe, if you say you have faith, because to have faith is to believe. That means you got works too. You got to have works with your faith, man. You know? That's like, you know, you're cooking a meal out there, and there is no seasoning, you know? You're just boiling, you know, you're cooking what you're not adding seasoning. You're not adding anything, you're just cooking it like that. The food is sour, man. It doesn't have any taste. And sometimes it's downright on the end food, right? So, works is a part of this faith, but it's the spice of this truth, man. They say variety is the spice of life. Works is the spice of this truth, you know. Doing the work, doing the things that please Yahweh outside, basically. That's the spice of this truth, man. You know? And that's basically going into how we know the Most High, because we are doing His work. Okay? Because the most diligent, you know, the most hardworking men in this truth, people that are pushing their doctrine, their belief, their faith the hardest in the whole earth, with all the religions, all the philosophies, all the dogma, all the doctrines are the Hebrew Israelites, specifically the men, the brothers of Great Millstone, you know. So once again, salutations, the double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, you know, and salutations to you, Akiam, for pushing this word, and for showing me as well how to push this word, and how to keep that faith and diligence in Yahweh Shimi outside. And you know, Yahweh Shimi outside, Baraka, thanks to you, brothers, you know, elders, the apostles, you know, and the brothers as well, you know. Yahweh Shimi outside, Baraka, thanks to you, brothers, you know, Tawara to you, brothers, for teaching me how to know Yahweh Shimi outside, man. So with that, I'm just going to end it right here, you know. I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Basham, Yahweh, Basham, Rakak, Kodash, Wa, Abad, Baba. Alright, Shalom.